Sander, there seems to be a lot of talking about contraction. Oh yeah. Talking about contraction. Or talking about the weather. Or about being in love. Or about wanting to change your work. It's just this. Just simply what's happening. Talking about contraction. I'm finding the talk about contraction attractive or interesting. It's just simply this. Liking to listen the talk about contraction is just innocently this. And there's no one being contracted or having a contraction. That's just what's happening. Full on contraction by no one. For no one separated to do the contraction, to have the contraction, or to get rid of the contraction. And having all types of ideas what a contraction is and what it is not is already just simply this. Just ideas, thoughts, floating around like leaves in the wind. Nothing wrong with feeling contracted or trying to get rid of this so-called contraction. The trying to get rid of the so-called contraction is as innocently as the contraction itself. It's just what is. Feeling contracted, having a sense of contracted energy, whatever that means, is just already just simply this. Thinking you know what contracted energy means or not is just simply this, as is being interested in what it is and if you have it and how to get rid of it is already just innocently this. There's no one having anything including a contracted energy. There's no one being a contracted energy. There's no one separated from whatever is to get rid of it. At the same time, trying to get rid of this so-called contracted energy and thinking there are speakers able to help you is just beautifully, innocently, effortlessly this already. There's just simply whatever is happening or not. Feeling contracted, claiming that there is a contracted energy there or not is already just simply this. There's nothing fancy or special about contracted energy, nor is there something special or fancy about the absence of contracted energy. It's just simply what is. At the same time, thinking it's so wonderful if I lose this contracted energy is already just this. The idea that it's much, much better when this so-called contraction, this intensity, when it drops, it's so much better, is already innocently this. The hoping, the longing, the thinking, the concluding that this will be better when this contraction is dissolving is already this. And anything may happen. Claiming this to be better than before is already just simply innocently this. There's no claimer, there's no one behind the claiming, there's no one behind the conclusions, there's no one behind the assumptions. Conclusions, assumptions, wants, needs, they're all just dancing around freely, without an owner, There's no one keeping them in check. And even the trying to keep them in check, needs, wants, likes, dislikes, preferences, is already just innocently this. It equally just simply dances around like leaves in the wind. So there's simply the directness of whatever is, or which seems to be, or what is thought to be, or what is believed to be, or what is suggested to be. That itself is already just innocently this. And this trying to get rid of a so-called contraction may linger on for some time, until it doesn't.